Thanks for having us as your guest here in the classroom today. We'll try not to interrupt too much class time, but glad we could be in here before the end of the academic year. My name is Mark Millage. I'm Vice President of Advancement at Dakota State University. I want to thank you all for attending today for what's a rather exciting announcement about the first venture into South Dakota Pass, if you will, the Computer and Cyber Science Academy between the Sioux Falls School District and the other South Dakota Pass partners, including Dakota State University. Number of folks here today to explain what we're doing and to answer any and all questions. And Dr. Maher, Dr. Griffiths, I'll turn the floor over to the two of you. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everybody. For the Sioux Falls School District students, I bet you thought the big announcement today was going to be we're going to let school out early. No, next Friday. It's coming quickly. For the past decade, the Sioux Falls School District has demonstrated a strong commitment to developing partnerships that allow students success through multiple pathways. Nowhere is that more clear than here at the Career and Technical Education Academy. Research tells us that we've witnessed it time and again, but success looks different for each student. So too are the steps each student must take for high school graduation. With the unwavering support of the business community here in Sioux Falls, and with the unwavering support of our post-secondary partners over the past 10 years, we've forged dozens of academic partnerships to benefit our students. The Computer and Cyber Sciences partnership we are unveiling today is yet another program aimed at introducing and engaging high school students in a career field that we know will expand in the future. While K-12 schools are charged with teaching the basics like reading, like math, like writing, for practical application in the world, we also teach dozens of advanced courses for which the rigor and expectations are so high that students are allowed to earn both high school and college credit at the same time. The focus of the Computer and Cyber Sciences partnership with Dakota State University is similar in that high school students will be able to take college-level courses through dual credit or concurrent credit. With those classes, students can get a jump start on their freshman year of college at a very affordable rate. If that's not important to the student, I promise you that's important to the parent. Further, students will be connected to a career and may enter the workforce far more quickly because of this opportunity. This partnership is a key component of the South Dakota Pass, which better positions our students for life after graduation, whether that is entering the workforce immediately, entering into an apprenticeship, or attending a technical institute or a four-year university like we are pleased to be with today in Dakota State University. Students can move along the continuum at a pace that works for them and ultimately maximizes their potential. The Computer and Cyber Sciences partnership with Dakota State University is exactly what we mean when we say we are committed to providing students with multiple pathways to success. I'll now turn it over to our good friend and partner from Dakota State University, President Griffiths.
Thank you, Dr. Maher. Well, I'm so pleased to be part of today's announcement of this new, dynamic, and inspiring partnership between the Sioux Falls School District and Dakota State University to establish the Computer and Cyber Sciences Academy. Something particularly impressive about South Dakota is this state's willingness and energy to respond to needs. This country has a serious need for computer and cybersecurity professionals. There are more than 200,000 unfilled cyber jobs in the U.S. right now, and actually that number changes almost every day and goes up every time. Our national security, our economic progress and success are dependent on recruiting and educating young people to move into these interesting, rewarding, and important careers. This new academy will provide Sioux Falls area South Dakota high school students a glimpse into the needs and possibilities of careers in this challenging, highly worthwhile field. And once again, South Dakota is taking the lead in meeting this critical workforce need, and we at Dakota State University are pleased to be a part of it. One of the best gifts that we can give to anyone is that of opportunity. The dictionary defines opportunity as the advantageous combination of circumstances or the set of circumstances and resources that make it possible to accomplish something. Today, we're giving Sioux Falls high school students gifts of opportunity: educational, economic, intellectual, social, life-changing opportunities. It's not always easy to take advantage of opportunities. However, those of us who've worked together to develop this new academy are hopefully modeling the importance of grabbing the bull by the tail, taking advantage of the opportunities provided to us, and moving forward to create meaningful futures. I like to say that Dakota State University is the little university on the prairie. You might not think of it this way, but when I'm in Washington, D.C. or on the West Coast, they get a picture of who we are pretty quickly. But we are today a national leader in the fields of cybersecurity and cyber sciences. And we're in this position because years ago, a prescient South Dakota governor and state legislature recognized the potential and needs in computing and data processing, and chose to task Dakota State University with becoming a technology-driven and enabled comprehensive university. They created an opportunity for Dakota State, for South Dakota students, and for the country. It wasn't necessarily the obvious choice, but it's turned out to be, as we British say, a brilliant decision. Across Dakota State University, individuals, the faculty, the staff, administrators, took the provided opportunity, grabbed hold, and have created a cascade of opportunities which have had and continue to have profound impacts on the lives of students and communities. It wasn't the easiest choice, but I've also learned that South Dakotans don't first go for easy. Anyone who's lived through this last winter will understand this. And I'm so very proud to be part of DSU today and see how we continue to build on that legacy of the hard work of countless people, including many people in this room, to create more opportunities for those who follow behind us. In closing, I'd like to thank all of those who've worked so hard to bring this day to a reality, to open this door for opportunity in Sioux Falls. And to do so, I'd like to commend you all, many of you around the room, for grabbing the bull by the tail. And because we have students here, and I always realize students aren't going to remember what's said, but I like to tell a story, and you might remember the story, and by remembering the story, you might remember some of what we said. So I'd like to tell you a story that emphasizes how important that contribution and vision has been and will be. A young man wished to marry a farmer's beautiful daughter. He went to the farmer to ask his permission, and the farmer looked at him and said, "Son, if you go stand out in that field, I'm going to release 3 bulls, one at a time. And if you can catch the tail of any of the 3 bulls, you can marry my daughter." So the young man readily agreed and took his place in the field, waiting the first bull. The barn door opened, and out came the biggest, meaning-looking bull he'd ever seen. He decided to let this opportunity go by, figuring out that one of the next bulls had to be a better choice. The barn door opened again. Unbelievable. He'd never seen anything so fierce and big in his life. It stood pawing the ground and eyed him angrily. And the young man took off for the fence and let the bull pass through. With a deep breath and trepidation, the young man took up his position in the field once again. The barn door opened for the 3rd time. The young man smiled. This was the weakest, smallest bull he'd ever seen. He was so pleased. As the bull came running by, he positioned himself just right and jumped at the exact moment. He threw out his hands to grab the bull's tail, but alas, the bull had no tail. Today, we're creating opportunities now. We need to seize this opportunity now, not later, for those that we're mentoring for shared futures. And I've always liked the following quote from Steven Spielberg. "The delicate balance of mentoring someone is not creating them in your own image, but giving them the opportunity to create themselves." And it is my sincere hope that the Computer and Cyber Sciences Academy will do exactly that for the young people here and the young people that will follow you into these programs. But thank you very, very much.
Questions? Questions from the media? Questions from students? Anyone in attendance? They covered a lot, but they didn't cover everything. I'm sure there are questions.
When will these classes take place? Be available to students?
So,
This is Dr. Teresa Boyson. She is our assistant superintendent and in charge of a lot of things. But today, the focus is on curriculum services.
good question. So the courses will be available starting in the fall. And we had Brad Brockmiller, who is the instructor of this classroom, work with Dakota State professors to align the coursework. And so starting in the fall, we will have 2 courses in the fall and 1 in the spring, correct, Brett? Or opposite, 1 in the fall, 2 in the spring, available for students. And do we have students in here
Mhm.
that will be going to Dakota State next year? Is that
Yep.
correct?
Yep, we have several students. Thank you.
So it's only for Dakota State students that get the credit if they're going to Dakota State, or if the student wants to go to another?
No, you don't have to go to Dakota State at all. I think Dr. Ma has said you might want to go into the workplace for a while. You might want to take an apprenticeship where you get paid while you work and do some coursework. You might want to go to Southeast Tech. You might want to come to Dakota State. You might want to go to USC. You might want to go somewhere else. But this is going to give you college credits that you will be able to carry forward to whatever career you decide to choose. And one of the things we are going to do is a little research to see how many courses you take, what you do with them, and what you eventually decide to do once you've completed high school. But there's no requirement to do anything in particular, but you have multiple opportunities.
From a high school perspective, from the school district perspective, really for us, it's about creating the opportunity for the student. And in this case, the opportunity is a pathway that is cyber science, cybersecurity, computer science maybe is the big umbrella. We're not overly worried about where our students go. We're worried about their success. Our partnership with Dakota State allows them to really get a jump start. So the vision isn't contingent upon our relationship with Dakota State, but it is greatly enhanced and greatly appreciated that we have Dakota State as a partner with us. Our students can go a number of directions.
Yes.
Dakota State's a great option for them.
I mean, we'd love it if you all came, but we really stick to it.
I applaud you guys on this because I went to a small South Dakota school winter and we didn't have these opportunities, and I'm just like, wow, all of you better take advantage of this because I would have totally jumped on that.
Preach it.
Yeah, jump on this. This is awesome. My one question was, how did you guys prep your teachers for this? Did they have to take courses, or are they just, like you said, working with professors? Because I just am like, wow, that's a whole new level.
Brad, would you like to speak to that a little bit?
I have my master's degree in computer science, and so I can meet their requirements as an adjunct teacher for their classes, and so that's how we meet their dual credit.
Awesome.
Great questions. Are there more?
Do you have determined a monetary figure for these classes? Are they going to be cheaper through the high school?
The dual credit rate is $48.33 per credit hour, and so students, as long as they're a high school student, can take advantage of that dual credit rate.
That's why your parents will like it.
It's an incredibly cost-effective option for college, along with getting high school credit, college credit. The financial component is really an appealing piece of this as well.
Question in the back.
I'm in my senior year right now. In fact, this is pretty much my last class. So how could I possibly take advantage of this?
We're sorry.
If you look at it from a real life perspective, the thing that can help you is to encourage your younger colleagues to take advantage.
Fair enough.
Well, thank you, everyone. You'll be around for further questions if you have one-on-one questions or anything. again, thank you for allowing us in the classroom today, and thanks everyone for joining us.
Super. Those students we'll see in August. Look forward to having you on campus.